A new federal report out today reveals conditions are better for the Colorado River, but not enough for our state to avoid mandatory cutbacks for people who use its water. According to the report, the water level at Lake Mead, the biggest reservoir on the river, will be nearly 15 feet higher than projected last year. Of course, that's thanks to a wet winter. And joining us now to talk about all of this is Sonia Perillo with the Audubon Arizona group. And you've been working on water conservation for years. And one of these things with this report out today, help us understand just who is dependent on the Colorado River. Some big numbers behind this.
That's right. 40 million people across the West depend on the Colorado River for drinking water, for industrial uses, for agriculture. And as Audubon, we care about birds in particular. So we know that more than 400 species of birds also depend on the riparian habitats across the basin. So it's a really important system. It's a really important resource, and it's jointly needed by many states and 2 countries.
These numbers came out today, specifically the water levels. What do those findings, though, mean for Arizona?
So we learned in this report that we will be just under an elevation of 1090. So this means that we avoid a shortage declaration that would have happened if we had been under 1075. That's the elevation of Lake Mead. And a lot of decisions are sort of based on the predicted elevations of Lake Mead that affect Arizona. So we have avoided that, as you mentioned, in part because of a wet winter, but also because of voluntary conservation measures that have happened for a number of years and have sort of propped up the elevation of the lake. And so within Arizona, that's important because it has kept us out of the most catastrophic or the start of some catastrophic shortages.
One wet winter helps, but it doesn't.
That's right. It's not a silver bullet. Yeah, that's right.
What does this specifically mean, though, for people who live here in Arizona? Will we see the effects?
So again, we have seen some voluntary conservation for a number of years. So we will, for the first time, be taking mandated shortages because of a negotiated agreement called the Drought Contingency Plan. This was approved just earlier this year in an effort to prevent reaching some of these shortage levels. And so we've actually seen higher levels of conservation voluntarily for some years. What the Drought Contingency Plan does is build in a structure and a framework and some certainty around how those reductions will happen.
So you know what everybody's doing to get you to this common goal at the end.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I think it's been really confirmation of the need for this collaborative approach to managing this incredible Colorado River resource.
We got to keep talking about this, right?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. The work is not done. We know that we will continue to face the risk of shortages. The river is over allocated. We all depend on it. So we know that there is more work to be done. But today we had good news.
Yeah, that is good news. Thank you so much for sharing time with us as well.